Let's talk Justin Fields. Let's talk Russell Wilson. Let's talk about this Pittsburgh Steelers team giving you some good vibes here during OTAs. And it really gets Steeler fans, in my opinion, quite excited for the upcoming 2024 season. Welcome back to Mike Drop Sports here on a Thursday. Again, guys, welcome back. I appreciate you so much for stopping through. Let's dive into the Steelers news of the day here on a Thursday. I want to talk about several issues, several things. Well, not issues per se, but things going on around your Pittsburgh Steelers. And I want to start with one, Russell Wilson. Really excited and really wanting for Justin Fields to have a real package, a real role inside of this offense moving forward. And I think that shows something about Russell Wilson that a lot of us maybe already knew, and that's his leadership quality. A lot of us may have thought maybe he didn't have that in Denver, but I think Russell Wilson is a true leader, and I think that all he wants to do is win. And you look at when he says, hey, I am excited for Justin Fields. I want him to have a role. I want him to have a package. I want him to play. All you can say about that is what a stand-up guy Russell Wilson is, endorsing him and really wanting that to happen. And I think that can only make the Pittsburgh Steelers more dynamic. You don't have any type of internal power struggle there. You have two guys that really want to work together, that really want to come together as a room, as a quarterback room, and give this football team its best chance to win. And I think that has to be something very, very special for the fan base and for this organization, because you don't have that tension that you've had or you've seen in other buildings and other places, other franchises, to where there is two quarterbacks that could potentially be the starting guy. And instead, yes, you do have that situation here in Pittsburgh. However, you have two guys that are willing to do whatever it takes in order for the team to be successful. I think they see the big picture, and I got to stand on the table and scream hallelujah, man, because that is so special to see, and you don't quite often see it, and especially at the pro level and with pro athletes, because let's face the facts, you're messing with guys' money. Guys want to be the guy. Guys want to be the center, the showpiece, the centerpiece of the whole product, because that makes them the most money. But when you see a guy like Russell Wilson that has made a ton of money in the NFL, he's looking to do one thing here in the NFL, remaining part of his career, and that is to succeed and win a championship and cement his legacy to become a true Hall of Famer, to leave no doubt in any voter's minds. And that's all Russell Wilson, I think, has on his mind currently, is to really cement that legacy. So that's a positive thing, guys, and I was really excited to read that in the news and really excited to see Russell Wilson putting out those vibes, man, and being a true leader of this football team. And that's what I've expected from Russell from the beginning, his leadership to really shine through, and I think you're seeing that. And I think the players on this football team and the franchise are being really receptive to the way Russell leads. And it's maybe not corny and cliche here in Pittsburgh. Maybe they wasted that opportunity in Denver with the narrative Sean Payton spun about Russell Wilson. Maybe all those things, were just some sideshow, that they wanted Russell out of there. It wasn't Sean's guy, but the Pittsburgh Steelers appreciate that, because they've lacked that at that position for quite some time since the departure of one Ben Roethlisberger. So, the Steelers might be welcoming that with open arms, and so does that locker room. So perhaps this is the beginning of a good thing for your Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm really excited to see where this takes us. I want to move into, though, next, a guy like Justin Fields. And I know there was some buzz and excitement. People were saying, man, he could return kicks. He could do this. Basically, guys, I just want to put these to bed and never talk about him again. Justin laughed those things off. He's not going to do that. They're not going to risk injury to Justin Fields, having him out there returning kicks. At least in my eyes, I don't think that would happen. But you never know in a weird world, but we're going to put those rumors to bed. I just don't see that happening for Justin Fields. I don't see him being any type of kick returner, any type of punt returner. I just don't see that happening. I can see him, though, having some sort of role inside of this offense with design quarterback runs, with design plays in order to showcase his arm strength in a big way, those types of things. But I can't ever see him. There's just no world that I can dream of to where Justin Fields is out there returning kickoffs for your Pittsburgh Steelers, and yeah, it's just not going to happen. So let's just squash those rumors. It was pretty crazy. But again, guys, we're here talking here on a Thursday on Mic Drop Sports, and I am Jason. I'm your host. We're going to continue on with the show. Awesome time last night on Steelers Nation Australia. Go over and make sure you check out that podcast from last night. We talked about a lot of things from tight ends, quarterbacks, the whole 9 yards. So make sure you go check that out and show some love there. I appreciate the turnout in the chat there from Mic Drop Mafia. That was pretty cool. So again, guys, that was a pretty fun show. A lot of podcasting yesterday, hours worth of content out there for you to view. So make sure you check that out. I want to continue talking about your Steelers here a little bit. And I have this vibe, and I talked about it last night on the podcast with Mark, and I don't know how to portray this vibe to you guys. But there's certain seasons in which I get this weird feeling of, you know, this team may have a chance. And it's not always a Super Bowl winning team. It's not always, you know, AFC championship team. But when I get these vibes, it's usually just something, you know, special in terms of a togetherness on this football team. And, you know, the potential is there for them to succeed. And again, guys, it's not always like, I'm not saying, oh, I get this feeling they're going to win a Super Bowl. No, that's not how it is. There's just certain years that I get like just a weird vibe of this team. And it's not weird. It's actually exciting to see this team really come together. And they really all have a one-track mind, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. And they have one thing that they are all focusing on. And it's not their money. It's not this or that outside of the building. It is winning. And I got to say, I have to be truly, truly excited about that because you don't see it all the time. You don't see locker rooms supporting each other in the way that I'm seeing this locker room support each other there now. You see them in the media really going to war for each other, talking about, hey, if you don't fit the program, you don't do the things that we are wanting you to do, you aren't needed here. You aren't wanted here. You're probably going to need to pack your bags and take a ride, man. Calvin Austin gave a good interview yesterday with a couple good snippets out of it, talking about if you ain't with the program, man, hit the road. We're not interested in being average anymore here in Pittsburgh. And that's a pretty bold statement from a guy in year 3 that really hasn't played a ton of football for the Steelers, to really call out that kind of, the excitement everybody has for the winning seasons of Mike Tomlin. He kind of called him out and said, look, we're not interested in that here. We don't want that here. That's not what we're aiming for. We're aiming to win Super Bowl championships. And if you're not on board with that, you need to pack your bags and hit the road. And I got to say, that's truly exciting. And whenever I'm talking about this, you even bring up what we brought up at the beginning of the show. The Russell Wilson effect of how he is excited to have Justin Fields have a portion of this offense built for him, tailor-made for him. He's excited for other things to really be good on this offense, like the run game, those types of things. He's excited for what Arthur Smith is bringing, really on board with his program. All these things just look down the road at one focus. Everybody has that one focus, guys, and that is winning a Super Bowl championship. That is being successful. And it doesn't happen all the time, and I don't care what people say. And I know people will say, well, yeah, it's the offseason. They all say the right things. You don't always get this feeling, guys. You don't always see teams coming together the way this one is. You don't always see other players supporting each other the way this team does, especially in the media, man. I just know it because I've watched it for so long, and I'm sure many of you have seen this same thing too. I'm just saying this football team has a little bit something different about it. And I could be dead wrong. They couldn't do anything. Maybe they finish, with 5 wins for the whole season. Who knows? But I really have high hopes and a lot of potential for this football team. And I think when you hear guys like Calvin Austin coming out yesterday and really putting it all out on the line, really hearing guys like Russell Wilson talking about, he's excited to have other people involved in his offense that he's leading. You hear the defensive side of the football, how hungry they are, how bad they want to get out there and crack some skulls. You see the exciting additions that they have on that defense, the exciting players that they have headed into year 2. Just a lot to look forward to, guys, and a lot going on with your football team. I want to wrap things up here on a Thursday. Again, we're back here with our daily upload. Make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel as we continue our march toward 5,000 subscribers. We will get there before very long, but make sure you are hitting the subscribe button, especially if you've made it within to the 10-minute mark of this program. Might as well hit subscribe and join our community. But anyway, guys, also don't forget our live show tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to get your Mic Drop Mafia membership, 99 cents a month, to get entered into our giveaways. We give away cash. We give away prizes. Just make sure you're involved. The next giveaway is June 14th, but you have to be a Mic Drop Mafia member, so make sure you do that. So until tonight for Steel City Live, I'll be joined by Sean. I'll let you guys know if the time changes. It should be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will let you know if the time changes back to 6:30. So make sure you turn on your notification bells. Turn on that community section so you can make sure that you get all the up-to-date news from us here at Mic Drop Sports. Also, guys, go follow us on Facebook. Go follow us on Twitter. Hit like, all that good stuff over there and on those pages, on those social media networks. It really helps. And two, you get notified of exactly what we're doing here in the channel so you don't ever miss anything. All right, guys, until tonight for Steel City Live, where I'll be joined by your boy Sean, I'm Jason. This is Mic Drop Sports. Peace.